It is 3 a.m., 4 a.m. now. I got up at, well, I didn't get up at 3 a.m., but I've been up and I'm doing stuff. So I have questions to answer. I'm gonna get these done. I got the first thing. I already burned 35% of my 5-hour block within a 15-minute window because these workloads, it's so much shit that it's processing. So it's like, my goal is basically to be able to run through one queue and then basically start 1E. That's essentially where I'm at. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I can't wait. I hope it works. If this shit works, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great, dude. All right. Let's see what you got. So can we make it so anytime that this pops up, this is the default response from now on in relation to, like, if it finds this issue in 1A, B, or C, that it does this? Whatever one was the one that found it, or all of them, just basically making sure that this is the default response. Just, I don't have to answer this. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a header question. Do I want to use the same header as the other ones? Yes. A, please. So I'm updating the workflow now to reflect that too, because I don't want it to I don't have to keep answering this question. I've already answered it quite a few times. So it's like, it has a bunch of questions here, and I'm hoping that's just one ticket. I'm missing the header. Just infer the date. You can see it. It's in the log. I'm hoping that I'm not already fucking... Really? Alright, there it is. Okay, I'm not convinced that that's actually not doing anything anymore. Wow. Or it did a lot in one shot. There's 8 questions. Oh, each one is different. Nice. Let's see how much answering this question used up. 43%. The hell is happening? Oh, well, this was quite a bit. Good lord. 43%. Not even an hour in, dude. That's frustrating. Run it. Let's see how many this takes. I responded one letter. I'm curious to see something. All right, so it did update the rule in Ticket Doctor. That's cool. We're at 44. Okay, this one wasn't too bad. Come on now. 1% for a question. I'm cool with that. Oh yeah. Hopefully this gives me the last like 60, like at least, I don't know, I'm hoping 40% to fucking do all the stuff. If I can run them in parallel in groups of like 100, that'd be nice, because I know there's probably a couple, or like even groups of 10. Each one takes up 10. How many are there? Oh, there's only like 40. Like 40 or 50, maybe 60 or more. Jesus, there's quite a bit here. Run it. I think B. Because I think I kind of want dead code stub. I also need refactor, cleanup, withdrawn dead code. Keep it canonical, authorize, join compounds or But obviously, dead space code is the same exact thing as dead dash code. Other than that, yeah, I think that we should expand it, to be honest. Like, extend it, just because there are some other options outside of those specific ones. I feel like that's way too vague of, like, bug, smell, dead code to do. That's not all there is that you can possibly have a ticket under. So I think expanding it would be great. So this is probably going to go to the lint. Or it's going to do it right away. Come on. Let's see what we're at with tokens. 44, 46, not bad, not bad. I'm okay with this. We burned through the first 35% in like literally 15 minutes. And now we're like 1 hour, 15 minutes into the next block, and 1 hour in, and we burned like another 12%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, not bad at all. And we're at 62% for the week. Not too bad, not too shabby. If I got an 8 a.m. chunk, I can do. If I go to sleep soon, I can wake up at 8 a.m. Well, that'll give me, let's see, 8 a.m. to 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. If I could wake up at 12 p.m. or 11 a.m. and then I can get 12-1, the end of that chunk, that block of time, I could just run 2 big ass jobs, just burn through those tokens. That would put me at like 70%. Then I would have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. That's another 1. So 30% more I got. I could do this. I think I can actually burn through the rest of the tokens. So let's see what we got. Wait, where's the question? Show me the question. I don't see the question. Dude. Just ask me the question. You don't have to go over like all this shit. Just ask me the question. Oh my god, dude. I don't need all that context. Wait, I actually kind of do need the context. Never mind, my bad, dude. Status superseded values open in progress. It's canonical set. What does superseded mean? Like, so wait, what do you mean by superseded? You mean like it's part of a bigger ticket? Well, nothing is superseded because all the tickets that are in there are valid tickets. They're just related to other tickets. They shouldn't be superseded in the sense that, oh yeah, they are superseded then. And then if it's superseded, it says the ticket that it's being worked under, right? And then it mentions the issue in relation to that ticket. So it's like they're just related tickets. It's not that it's superseded as much as it is a challenge that I would like to have placed in a separate ticket, but just in case I needed even more context. But it's just mentioning that this issue is being addressed in this particular other ticket. So that kind of makes sense. What do you think? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So one step was just supposed to be one step. It turned into 4 because it's way too much. Can you imagine giving all of that workflow to one actual step? Fuck that. Make it so. Earl Grey, hot. I wish I had Earl Grey. treats the ticket as active architecture target. I'm feeling B potentially, just because cron window, it depends on what the where it fits within the architecture of the tickets, doesn't it? I need more context for that. Wow, I just gave you a hard time about giving me too much context. Now I need more. But here's the thing, give it to me condensed. My specific question is, where does it fall within the superseded ticket context? Because that would have the most amount of context for how I should be answering this question. Because it's its own thing. I mean, the cron tab is its own settings page. It's part of the settings page. Oh! It is addressed by those other tickets, because I believe that one of those two is the API tool potentially, in the sense of like the API architecture that I'm rebuilding. So I think that might be accurate. And the pages need to catch up to the new architecture. Yeah, that needs to be restructured. I mean, that's going to be a whole part of that. Yeah, this has to be part of this step, huh? Yeah, it does. Shit. I guess I'm going to need to fucking split up the 1E to 1EA, 1EB, 1EC potentially. Because there's so much shit. I just don't want it to get confused. Could it do it all in parallel? Literally. Wait. There's no ticket that's resolved. Oh, okay. Holy shit, this is a lot of, like, these 7 steps. I thought I was gonna finish this in like 2 days. I'm not even kidding you. I thought I was gonna finish this in like 2 days. On God. That's not gonna happen. Goddamn. Alright, scope. Yeah, I know it's out of scope for 1E, but honestly, I think I'm gonna rework it so it does cover stuff like that too. Maybe that's gonna be part of 1E2 maybe, or something along the lines of that. Or to be honest, I do have like clusters and steps of orders of operations and things like that. Or that might be an entire questionnaire within itself, to be honest. Hold on a second. I have a wedgie. Alrighty. I think that should be the approach, to be honest. This needs a questionnaire to be built out of it for 1E, but that's not going to be until after I'm done with like the cluster, the order of operations, and then cleanup 2. There's going to be like a questionnaire, then a second cleanup. So that's another step in the process, right? So that's gonna be covered there, I think. Now, where do I make this note so it covers it and I don't forget it? So it's like a to-do list kind of a situation. Maybe just stick it in the questionnaire for now. Would that be a good location for it? Or should I make a separate to-do list? Or maybe cleanup context? Because technically that's a form of cleanup, except this is just one that's going to be covered by the second questionnaire, which would be something that would be covered in this kind of stuff where it's like restructuring, where it's like after the cluster, after the order of operations, and then I have like another cleanup, and then well, questionnaire, then a cleanup, and then that would give me the final order in the cluster order. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that? Oh fuck, I forgot to mention. This is not in relation to the current question. There's 2 questions pending. This is it. I'm almost done with them. Let's see. This is not in reference to the current question, but rather the last question. No. That's not a ticket. That's not a ticket. It's not a ticket. No. That's not a ticket. That's not a ticket. This is part of the workflow for Ticket Doctor. We're in Ticket Doctor. We're not mixing workflow stuff with code base repository bugs. That makes no sense. I think sticking it in cleanup context makes the most sense. and just labeling it as questionnaire part 2 responsibility. Do not touch this during 1E. Yeah, there we go. It's like a little fucking to-do list. Alrighty. Yeah, when it's architectural, like majorly architectural questions, that makes the most sense. Ah, nice job. Good looking out, dude. What the fuck? Nice. 50%, not bad. And we're an hour and a half into the block. We're actually doing some nice, good time here, to be completely honest, in relation to like just biting off 35% from the first fucking thing within the first 15 minutes. Not bad. Okay. So 2 questions left. I'm leaning more towards B. What do you think? I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts because is this in relation to like the type of ticket where it's like known issues? How does this work against superseded? One of these days, I'm gonna be talking to like youngins, be like, back in my day, I had to pay per token. It's not gonna be a thing in the future. Free energy, known issues. Okay, so they don't compete. But now the question is, should I actually update those tickets to match the current semantics? That would be the question, right? That's the actual question. This would be in relation to the one, B would be in relation to the moving forward situation, but this is also in relation, what do we do with the current ones? I'm not thinking straight, dude. It is late. I think known issues. I agree with your recommendation. Run it. That actually makes a lot of sense. Based off of everything I know from ticket systems, from being a fucking 21-year-old nerd working in IT. I can't believe I still remember shit about that stuff. That's kind of crazy. I feel very blessed. Fiesta liked my post. I'm so kind of him. Oh, a couple friends liked my post. That's so nice of them. I'm gonna cry. At fucking 4 a.m. Alright, let's see. This is the last one, I believe. Alright, so list 10 pages. Wait, what the fuck? Alright, so 455 wiki links list 10 pages because indexed IMD cites BTs from those pages. 1C inverse gap detection surfaces 8 various gaps. Subagent on already overrode 1. Wait, so edit. So index should not have any tickets, but index is the only index. So I don't understand how ticket 455 could be in competition with index. In relation to what? I don't understand. that shouldn't be a ticket at all. That's a task within the, that should just be inside of the context window for cleanup. So index should not have any tickets, and no ticket should reference tickets on index, because index should not have any tickets. Index is just the index. We need to update that for any ticket creation, that index should not have any tickets in it updated in there at all. Like, that's not the purpose of index. Is literally just a glossary, essentially. It's an index. Am I missing something here? I'm so curious. question. Are there any other tickets that are actually not related to the repository? Also, can you just delete that other ticket 455? I don't want it named anything in there. I just don't want to add more unnecessary context and more unnecessary tokens. The whole purpose is to have that as clean as possible. This one's gonna take a little bit. Wait, why is there BT 2000? Wait a minute. Those numbers are crazy. BT 21, 63, 28, 16, 57, 12, 57, 84. Those are not real ticket numbers. Oh. We good. All right. So let me think here. We gotta do some stuff. So cleanup. As it currently stands, it just kind of does the cleanup, right? 1E. What about splitting it into bunches of responsibilities or cleanup types? I think that would be a better use of tokens, just like we did with the 1A, 1B, 1C. kind of situation, following that kind of cadence, I think that would be kind of good, because basically what we would end up doing is operating under the same kind of like following that kind of cadence. I think it'd just be a better use of the context windows, and it would clear everything out so it could just focus on one thing at a time. I think that is the best approach. No. Ticket cleanup context is part of lint. Don't forget that part. We're just focusing ticket doctor stuff on tickets. The whole purpose of having the wiki wait, okay. Question, isn't 1C supposed to put things in here? Or am I getting them confused? I believe I might be getting them confused. Okay, so here's what my question is. We need the ticket cleanup context to be essentially like 1A, 1B, 1C, but not literally covering the same exact categories. I mean, what is the subcategories of this ticket cleanup context.md file? You get what I'm saying? No. You're doing it again. So the intent and wiki edits are not covered in here. There should be nothing in 1E that is in 1E that covers that. There should be no wiki or intent edits. Then after that, in the actual file, ticket cleanup context, it's only ticket cleanup. There should be no wiki edits, no intent edits. All of that goes in the other one. Is that not the case currently? I'm like 30 seconds away from getting that freaking caveman tool. I don't want to add another fucking skill to my thing just because it's like already so stacked up. But I think I need it just because it's so verbose. Yeah, you keep hallucinating. I'm sorry. We need to fucking do this right. Whoa. Right. So what I'm saying is, what are the subcategories of ticket cleanup context of that file? What are the subcategories that I can break it apart into more manageable chunks? Exactly, like field normalization as 1EA, then 1EB being structural. Yes. 1E key or whatever the fuck that is. WikiLeaks into yes. Yes, that entire edit shape that you have is perfect. Perfect. So we need to basically have those 4 workflows. That they are perfect. Use those letters too. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you gotta do. What is that? Alpha, beta. I think that's a key symbol. Then whatever that last one is, I don't even know. What is that? I need like alpha, beta. Oh, that's gamma and that's delta. Well, you definitely know I wasn't in a freaking fraternity. I mean, I like alpha, beta, gamma, delta. I just needed to know what it is, but let's run it. Yeah, let's make that a thing. If we could split it up the workflow like that, that'd be awesome. Should I clear the context window and then just, because it's been a minute. I think the context window would be like good to clear up, to be honest. Yes, thank you for the handoff prompt. Thank you, you read my mind. I like it when you read my mind. You didn't finish. Copy. Oh, I hadn't finished. Alright, let me see. Slash clear. Paste. $58. And I think if I could run each one of them in parallel flows, I think that might work. Would this be something that I could potentially run with sub-agents, like 4 sub-agents simultaneously? Maybe not, because they're all editing the same file though. Could I have it as staggered sub-agents? Wait. you have questions for me. Yeah, same as before. I mean, to be honest, I don't think they have to be dependent. I think I can run either, like, I can run them as is, to be honest. It's not a huge deal. They don't have to be dependent on any other tasks being done to answer question 1 there. Now, question 2. Got it. A. Now question 3. Yeah, medium. For all. Question 4. I think A. Basically creating a consistent naming convention, correct? Also, in relation to the subagents or the staggered subagents, I would want it to be able to be run in parallel with subagents, or like, I mean, to be run with staggered subagents or as individual steps. You just started working on it? I didn't even see the answer. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can burn the rest of the tokens just doing this. If I could burn the rest of the tokens doing this, I'm gonna call it a successful night. Then the goal is basically to sleep like 6 hours, 5 hours, and then wake up, and then burn the rest of the tokens. Use all 3 blocks. I want to use the last 3 blocks I have available because it's gonna restart at at 10 p.m. So it's like I got essentially 3 blocks to burn through 30%, which is perfect for what I currently have in relation to my, yeah, because I'm at 63%. So if I do 10% more per each block, I think I should be solid. And this is only step 1 of the ticket doctor. This is crazy. Oh, there's my alarm, 5:10 a.m. Come on, buddy. I'm trying to finish this one off. If I could just fucking... I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stay up for just like an hour. I don't think these people have watched Star Trek. They should. They keep talking about AI in relation to our current capitalist society. This is not going to be our norm forever. AI breaks capitalism. Oh, nice. That's lovely. that 1E dash all is already ready to go? Because that's awesome. I like that. If not, please build that next. I would like it to basically just be, I can either run one individually, like 1E alpha, 1E beta, 1E gamma, 1E delta, or run 1E all. Is that how it's currently built out? That's just a lot of text. I'm not fucking reading that right now, dude. It is late. Well, early. Alright. Then I don't understand the question. So basically create a standardized way to approach the sub-agents within ticketdoctor.md for this particular 1E all, essentially, is what you're saying. I love it. Do it up. We also need to rework the sub-agent systems inside of Claude.md. That's too standardized, too general, I think. I think it's what do you think? We'll rework it later. Let's just focus on this now, though. We have to have like a day of just Claude.md edits, to be honest. That's a whole other thing. Lovely. Should I run 1E all with Opus Max effort, or should I use it with medium? Well, I'm asking what you think would be the most efficient. So I guess, yeah. All right, let's run 1E all for the ticket doctor. Please and thank you. Let's see how this rolls. I'm so curious. It's so much shit. It's like literally it's like 50, 60 things. We start at 60. All right, I'm gonna stop this because it's gonna be a while, this recording. It's gonna be a while. Wait, what? I have a quick question. At the end of 1E all, or any of the, like 1E alpha, beta, gamma, delta, whatever, does it remove the request from the context file for cleaning it up, the cleanup context file? Because it should, just so it's like whatever's in there is definitely stuff that has been done, that needs to get done. Fuck. Should I put all of the finished ones inside of like a finished file, or should I like just delete them? What do you think is the best way to approach this? Should I have something like an ever-growing file of like edits that have been done? Yep, and then delete any of the ones that have been done already. That was not very expensive. This is 70%. I think this is going to be a good stopping point. I wonder if 1A would be expensive to run again. One A and 1C I kind of want to run again, but it's expansive and I don't want to stop it halfway through again, because the whole purpose would be to make it so it runs all the way through. trying to think if there's anything else I can do with these tokens for right now. Let me think. Yeah, these are supposed to all be deleted, dude. It's a long ass file. Why is it adding more shit? Oh. Prune on apply. That's nice. Alright, I ended up using quite a bit of tokens. You know, 72%. I think it'll be 75, almost 80%. It'll be quite lovely. This one's taking longer than the actual other one. That's kind of crazy. Why is this one taking so long? Did it actually do all these like that fast, dude? Why is this taking longer than the actual job itself? Is it just double checking the work? This is taking like way more tokens than the actual edits themselves. Did it actually do all of them? When I ran 1E all? There shouldn't be only 17 edits. That's weird. What is currently left over in the cleanup context.md file? Very, very general overview, please, of each section. So 1B needs to be, whatever is in there needs to be added to the, it needs to be added to the other file. Why does this state this? Why is that in there? Same with 1C. Why is that there? What does BT94 need sweep when it closes? Yeah, this is all stuff that lives, but why is that? Why is that a note? This is all supposed to be like, this doesn't fall within the scope of what the scans are. Like the BT9 294 one, I'm very confused about. This should now be empty because we did 1E all. Why isn't it empty? That's the one thing I'm confused about. And annoyed about, to be honest. I got a wedgie. I give myself a wedgie sitting in this seat all the time. Whoa. Keep the responses fucking condensed, please. For the love of God. Please. No, I'm asking why isn't it empty right now? You're just asking me, do I want a hard prune now? What am I pruning? I need a condensed overview. Very condensed. Very condensed. What is the two orphan notes? Is it something that needs to be fixed? One B, it's a redundant gap pointer towards Wiki. Oh, so basically those two are like 1B and 1C here are basically just to like point items towards that direction. And what are the 5 orphan notes overview for 1C? And deferred items 1, 2, and 3 overview. Why are the banners, tables, gaps, and pointers redundant? Overview. Very general, very condensed for everything. Okay, so the orphan notes though, for 2, were they done? Were they things that needed to get done and didn't get done? Then one B and 1C gap can get rid of it. 1C, 5 orphan notes. These are all things that should have been done, right? In the last flow, why weren't they done? Deferred items is correct, but wait a minute. Number 2, normalized settings UI should have been done in the last sweep. Then clean BTNNN citations out of index.md. It should be in that other file. The only deferred item that actually belongs there still is the rewrite of 451. And my next question is, what can we do to make sure that this doesn't happen again? One A, make them questions. Then the 5 orphans need to be in that one page. If it doesn't fall within the scope of 1E all, it has no place here. So that should be stuff that gets done this time around for item 2, settings -ui.md heading. What can we do to make it so these misclassified as deferred ones don't happen again? And to make sure that the questions are created as questions like in 1A. And then for the all wiki page edits, that should definitely not be in here. The only stuff that should be in here is stuff that falls within 1E unless I say that it belongs here temporarily. That's awesome. I love it, all of it, and including the rename. Run it. I like that rename. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed after this is done. Once I'm done with 1E, then I'll be able to go to bed. Alright, this should be fucking empty by the time I'm done with this shit. What are these? Whoops. I kind of wanted to keep that. I kind of wanted to keep it, but then again, every single time I update this, it's always going to have some sort of fucking, I need to do it again. It should run those again anyway, so it's like, because the context needs to get updated. I have a quick question. Did keeping the per file roll up and stuff like that actually have any benefit or use? That makes sense. Okay, but here's the thing. What if I run other stuff? For example, once I do the cleanup, right, and I finish 1E all, would that actually benefit the cluster step? Okay. Okay. Now let me check. With the cleanup context file, is there anything left in there that needs to get done? I don't see it. No, but I'm talking about the other stuff that, like, for example, the thing that you had deferred that didn't need to get deferred, the settings -UI stuff. Did you do that already in the last step? Oh, nice. So everything's done or moved into the Wiki queue. Oh, hooray. Then I think that's bedtime for me now. There are questions. 2 questions? Only 2? I have 2 questions left. That's all I have. Let's do those real quick and then I'm gonna go to bed. No, I'm asking you, do I have anything left over in the questionnaire? What's the challenge? Oh, you're talking about the actual, like, order of the tickets, like the numberings? That it's not numbered correctly, or they're out of order? What's the issue with the bullets? In question 2. Ah. Yeah, those are worth cleaning up. Absolutely. Do I need to add it to a 1E step? But I mean, that should just be a task that's in there, right? Which one would that fall under? Alpha, beta, gamma, or delta? And then... I mean, don't we have another form of priority? I think priority should be kept, but I think that's going to be for the actual cluster and orders and all that sort of stuff. I think that's going to be part of the questionnaire that I'm going to be going through. To be honest, I think that should be made canon, but I think this is going to be something that gets added once we like ingest the actual tickets. You know what I mean? Like right now they're just like a general list of things that need to get done. And so priority and all that sort of stuff is going to fall within the second questionnaire, I think, to be honest, in relation to the workflow for that. So to answer your question, ultimately, yes, this should be made a canonical set of like a spec. I think this would be worth keeping. And then the actual place where it gets set though would be within the second questionnaire in Ticket Doctor. Then if we could just clean up those tickets to put them in order, that'd be great. If that could be done in parallel actually with like a sub agent, and then you can focus on the other one can also be done with a sub agent. Sub agents, please. Nice, dude. That's 81% for the fucking until 8 a.m. and I got 2 hours. So then I'm gonna go to sleep for like 5 hours. I'll wake up at like 11 a.m. and I'll have 2 hours to crush the next block. I can do that. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna run the fucking 1A again, 1B and 1C in parallel, to be honest. Or maybe just 1A. I'll run 1A to start with. Holy shit, dude, that's so many. That was a huge parallel. That was actually a really big parallel task. Wow. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna pause this recording for a sec.
Things that just make sense for a vampire? Part infinity. Since 30 seconds of sun exposure will put me in the hospital, I cannot... Things that just make sense for... ¿Sabías que puedes...?
Oh shit, this actually used a lot of my tokens, dude. No, I didn't mean it for it to be like this. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I don't know if this is gonna make it. I realized this was gonna use so much. Oh fuck. That's gonna be my next hurdle, dude. Is gonna be fucking... Wait, what is it doing? Is it just moving? This shouldn't be this many tokens. It should just be moving a couple of things around, right? Oh fuck, this is gonna use a fuck ton of tokens too. Alright, whatever. Lesson fucking learned. Woof, dude. It did one agent per edit. I meant for it to do. Oh my god, no. I didn't mean for it to do one agent per edit, dude. Well, I'm gonna stop this, to be honest. I'm gonna call it. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I didn't mean to do that. We'll continue this tomorrow. Well, today. Later today. We're gonna continue this later today. I ended up using way too many tokens. It's fucking like 96% token usage. I fucked up. Inline edits like this should not be multiple agents, and it thought it was supposed to be doing multiple agents, but it wasn't. I meant to do 3 agents, one to do one job, one to do another job, and one to do the edits. And it thought that I meant one per edit. Nope. Anyway, it's bedtime. Good night. Yeah, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. It is bedtime. I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you have a good day, morning, life. I will see you, friend.